God, I can't remember the last time they played this bad on a road trip.
Well, were our expectations coming into this road trip a little high? Perhaps. But yeah, it was pretty bad.
Well, at least they get to go home now.
Yeah, and if they play as bad as they did the last 5 games, on the next 5 games on the upcoming homestand, they'll still hear the booing. But at least it will be with love. Preds lose 6-3 Thursday night in Winnipeg, Manitoba to the Winnipeg Jets in Canada Life Centre. Last game of this CMA West Coast road trip. So miserable right now. One of the worst road trips I can remember in the Preds' 25-year history. Preds fall to 5-8 through 13 games. I don't really see them climbing back to NHL 500 anytime soon, something the fan base should probably get used to. As I said in a live chat while watching the game on Tuesday against the Flames, shout out to Catfish on Ice for hosting the live chat while we watched the game. I don't see the Preds making the playoffs this year, despite some other fans in chat who thought they will, and only having 10 points through the first 13 games, you're well on your way there. Especially this game tonight against the Jets. Sorry for the metaphor, but I felt like I was watching Goose's death on repeat again and again and again. Let's talk about the team stats from this 5-game road trip. 3 for 21 on the power play. That's bad. 9 for 17 on a penalty kill. That is really bad. That penalty kill is really compounding your position as a 3rd worst penalty kill in the league. Yeah, I don't know how many of you have noticed that since the power play has been so good. And you allowed 21 goals in 5 games. That is absolutely not acceptable. Now, mind you, in this game, yes, it was the Preds' fault for losing this game, but I don't think it was just their fault for the penalties on the ice. Part of me that I was stuck watching only the TSN feed, the Jets broadcasting, of course, up in Canada on NHL Center Ice. I didn't have a choice unless I wanted to find a wink, wink, nudge, nudge way to watch the Preds feed that would have been on a super delay. But obviously, to the Jets broadcast team, the Jets never took a bad penalty, and any questioning of it is outright distasteful, according to them. But I heard that when the game was still somewhat in reach in the second period, that the refs were letting a lot of slashing go that the Jets were doing against the Preds. I will say, though, during that rough second period, when the game was still within reach as the Jets were building on their lead, something that would have perhaps helped stem the tide, even though the game got within 2 and 3 goals in the third period, was I wish coaches for the Preds would call a timeout. Andrew, don't fall into the same trap that John Hines did when he would totally consistently do that. Okay? Sometimes calling a timeout early, even though it's your only timeout of the game, helps calm the boys down. But focusing on this game, did you learn nothing from Tuesday's performance against the Flames? Because it didn't seem to carry over in Tuesday's game when you got outshot, what was it, 39-18? And you got outshot in this one, what, 37-23? Did Coach Andrew Burnett's message not resonate in your brain coming into this one to be a lot better and keep the game close? No, you laid 2 big eggs on back-to-back games in a matter of 3 days. The best part of this game was the first period when you were tied 1-1 after 1, but you were still outshot by a total 2-1 margin. And then you proceeded to be outscored 5-2 over the last 2 periods and outshot 23-16. Oh, and yes, you allowed your second hat trick in this 5-game road trip. Winnipeg is supposed to be one of your biggest rivals going back to the President's Trophy season. Step your game up when you play your rival. Why is the message not getting through to stop taking penalties to negate power plays? What's it going to take, guys? I guess I can comment on the best offensive performance from this game. Phil Forsberg. Phil got 2 goals, but on defense, where it counts, he was a -2. Oh yes, and his buddy Ryan O'Reilly had a big old bagel on the stat line, and he was a -3. Impressively, Philip Tomasino, who was in this game for Yuso Parson, who was scratched, he got his first goal of the season. Maybe the message is finally getting through to him. Let's see if he can keep it going when he gets back home. Take a gander at the upcoming homestand if you think it's going to be that easy to start getting the wins. They got Arizona on Saturday, evening game. Have you looked at the standings? They're not a pushover anymore. Then they got Anaheim next Tuesday. Anaheim's a playoff team the last time I looked. And then a week from Saturday, you got old favorite Chicago and Connor Bedard coming to town for the first time in his career. I'm not confident, Preds Nation, on any of those games being victories. I wouldn't mind seeing Bruno healthy scratch a big name on this roster if just for a game. Send a message. But I know some of you are going to say, hey Johnny, even you said this team isn't going to make the playoffs. Yes, that is likely to be true. But at least show me you're trying with this system that Brunette is putting out there for you. So like I said, healthy scratch a big name on Saturday to send a message that the performance of this team's leaders is not good enough. Or if you want to go one step further, if you dress the full roster but somebody's not pulling their weight, do what Ryan Huska that we all saw did as coach of the Flames against the Preds on Tuesday and staple somebody's butt to the bench in the third period. Gotta try something new with this roster because the status quo right now isn't working with this system that I believe will work. We have seen it at times it has worked. Okay? They just have to remember to do it every night. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media as always by clicking on the channel name. Tell all your friends about Redemption. And after that disastrous road trip, it can't get any worse with the upcoming 5-game homestand. Or can it?